Hey guys, it's Steven from Fricelli. It's new watch day over here, so I'm really pumped. This box came in the mail today. Here is the watch on the wrist. It is a Seiko 5 Sports. More specifically, the reference I picked up is SRPD95. I don't need to hold this box, we're gonna do that. So this is just gonna be a casual unboxing first impressions video. We will follow up with a full, thorough, up-close review once I've worn the watch for a few days and are more familiar with it. Now, before I really dive in, I want to talk a little bit about the controversy on this watch. So that this SRPD line effectively replaces the Skx model line from Seiko, a watch model that has a cult-like following. It's been made for over 20 years. There's a whole modification mod community around it. Really passionate fan base for these watches. They discontinued it, started making these, so of course some people are going to be a little bit up in arms about it. Now, if you're one of those people that really dislike what Seiko is doing with these watches, don't dislike my video. I'm not Seiko, I'm not the manufacturer, but write in the comments what you think. Would like to have a nice discussion about it. I'm new to the Seiko brand myself. This is my first Seiko, so there's a good chance it'll convert me into being an Skx guy as well, and who knows, maybe I'll trade this for one, or it doesn't sound like too many people want to trade for them. Maybe I'll have to get another one and it'll be an Skx. My first impressions of the watch, I think, are similar to people who have bought the Skx before in that it's a really good value proposition. Some may argue that even within the Seiko brand, Orient is a better value proposition. But the watch retail, the one with rubber strap, was $295 retail. I was able to get it 30% off. Macy's was having, I guess it was like a Valentine's Day sale, but 30% off. It was about $212. We'll just call it $215 for simplicity's sake. So we got a cool looking mechanical watch, automatic watch, for 215 bucks that I am enjoying already. I've only had it for half an afternoon. So the value proposition was a big part of picking up this piece and catching that deal for me personally. Again, I didn't have an Skx before. This is my first Seiko, so it's opening me up to the brand. Obviously, I'm pining for a Grand Seiko, which is a completely different beast. The Snowflake, not really meant to be compared either, but you know, my entry into the world of Seiko here, so I'm really excited about the watch. We talked about the price, so $295 was the retail. The size, because I may not be able to tell how scrawny I am on the video, I have a smaller wrist. This is a 42.5 size case diameter, but it's a light watch, and on the rubber strap it doesn't feel too big or bulky, so it fits me well even though it's a bit on the larger side. Also, I plan to wear this watch really casually, more beat around style, so it's okay if it's a bit bigger. I'm not wearing it with a suit or anything like that. The dial, I went with the black version of it. I thought I was going to get the blue one, but when I saw them both in person, the black just looked nicer in with, you know, real life. The blue, for whatever reason, just looks a little bit cheaper. I know it's the same watch. Also, I'm not expecting a high-end finish on this watch. It's 300 bucks. I'm not comparing it to like a Rolex, an Omega, or a Grand Seiko for that matter. But the black just looked nicer to me. Also, I did not like the steel bracelet at all on these watches, like at all. But I really like this rubber strap that it came with that I tried on in the store as well. So it looks like it's woven from a distance, but it's really rubber, and it looks cool, it feels cool. I generally don't like things that look like something they're not, like a fake air scoop on a car, for example, drives me nuts. But this thing just really works for me. I'm really liking the strap here. I can't really speak to the longevity of it because I just got it. But in terms of just feel and comfort and design, I really like the strap. Onto the dial, it's very similar to my Super Ocean 42 from Breitling, which of course is a watch that costs like 10 times more, but it has that outer dial on it for the minute markers, yellow in the case of the Super Ocean. Obviously the fit and finish is nicer on the Breitling, but not to be too repetitive, but again, this watch is like 10 times cheaper, so that's definitely of note. The markers and the hands on the watch all have lume. The lume's really nice on this watch. It does have a creamy color, which is a little bit of a faux patina, which I have slightly mixed feelings about in general. But on a watch at this price point, I think it's just fun, cool, it looks great. I'm really liking the watch, and the lume also works great, as I mentioned. Black dial, pick this one over the blue one. The case, I think, is pretty similar to SKX. Of course, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't have an SKX, so on the movement, I think the big notable thing is that it's not a screw down case screw down crown, but it also, you can manually wind the movement with the crown, whereas previously you had to shake the watch in order to get it moving. Some say that was the charm of the SKX. Personally, I prefer to be able to wind my watch with the crown and know it's wound well. Also on the movement, see-through case back, which is really neat. Love see-through case backs. No ornamentations, really strictly business, but that also keeps the price down on these watches, so I'm all for it as is, no issues there. In terms of it being a tool watch, it's a dive style watch, but it does not have a screw down crown or a loom marker on the bezel. Also, the bezel does feel a little chintzy, I have to admit, but again, we're going to look at the price point. And it doesn't have much water resistance, 10 bar, but you could go, I think, shallow diving with that or swimming with that. I don't personally dive more than like 8 feet in a pool, so it is a non-issue for me. And overall, first impressions, liking the watch, and again, we'll do a more thorough review on it soon. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and thumbs up. That would help us out a lot. It's a brand new channel here. Also, if you subscribe, that would truly, absolutely make my day. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, please put in the comments what you think about the watch. I know there's some controversy here, and I'm not a guy who's owned an SKX, so I don't have the street cred in regards to that, but open to conversation, and would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys soon.